pleasure they are. We're going to get right started right now. And what I want to do is take you on a journey all the way back to the beginning of the semester and just kind of take you through some of the things they've learned this year as they learned them. And I remember the very first day when they all brought their instruments and they opened them up and suddenly realized they didn't know how to hold them. So with that in mind, some of the first things I showed them was how to hold their instruments. And there's a couple of positions they learned, such as concert rest position, relaxed rest position, concert, guitar. Let's show them the very first thing we played. Involves plucking two open strings, the D and the A. Moving right along, life would be pretty boring if all they knew was 4 strings. So I had to teach them how to use their fingers. And when you use fingers on these instruments, you can't just put them anywhere. It doesn't make the right sound. You have to put them in very specific places, press them down just hard enough. And we're on our adventure, on our way to learning something called the bow, which we'll get to in a minute. So the next step was I had to teach all the upper string players how to play on their shoulder. So this next piece is the D major scale and shoulder position for the upper strings. These children have rehearsed in their individual orchestras at their individual schools, but they've never been put all together. So this is a first for all of them in a big, echoey gymnasium, and they're doing a really good job. Next thing, we had to get to this thing we call the bow. Looks like a stick. Has this dangly stuff we call horsehair. They had to learn how to tighten it, loosen it, rub sticky stuff called rosin all over it, how to hold it just right. Unfortunately, you can't just grab it and throw it on there and go. It's not that simple. So they wanted to show you what it sounded like when they first started playing with a bow. Ready?
Lord.
Here you go. Go! I had a few days of dealing with that, but then they got it down real good. So let's just show them the open D string 4 times. Ready? Go.
We're in trouble.
So then I took the same 8 notes they already knew, and now the new bow technique they were working on, and I decided to give them a challenge. They took that same scale and they're going to play it for you in just a second as a canon, which means they're all playing the same scale at different times in 3 large teams. And they're going to try real hard to stick close together in this gym. They got to really listen and pay attention. So this is the D major warm-up in 3 teams. When you start. 1.